All right, fellas, we'll try this again. Part deux of the old podcast. So, division wise, Tony is atop the North at 6-3. Wade's hot on his tails at 5-4. Jonesy 4-5. Greg 3-6, and Fish 2-7. Basically, only 4 games separating first from last. Time is running out, but Fish can still make a run. Tony can still screw up, and Jonesy is still going to slide like a duck in winter. So, for the South, Brad takes over first place with Chris in second. A big battle this week between those two. Um, and then I slipped to third due to my loss. Rickman is in fourth place. Kurz is in fifth place. Only 3 games separate first from last in our division. So it should be a good week for matchups this week. We'll definitely like to see who's going to make it and who ain't, with everything going on. So, matchups for this week. Let me see here if my tablet works for me. Me and Kurz battle each other. Him and I, long-standing history of absolute epic battles between each other. This is definitely a week I need a win to stay in the mix of things in our division. You have Chris versus Chris, 6-3, the top of the division. I think Commissioner changed his name to Chris Lakes. Right now, Chris is favored 113.83 over Chris Lakes. I don't think Chris has got a starting quarterback. No, he doesn't. He needs to get a starting quarterback in there. Looks like he's got David Carr, who's on bye, and he's got the Bills defense in. Both those boys are on bye, so that'll change hopefully before that. So, Chris, make sure you plug in Jameis Winston or somebody else in there in the Panthers D to tighten up that score. It doesn't look like they're predicting much for Jameis Winston, but we'll see. As for the other matchups, let's see here. We got Fish against Jonesy. Fish is favored in this game, 68-46. I have a sneaking suspicion that will change prior to game time. I could be wrong, though, but we shall see. Let's take a look here. If Fish wins this one, Jonesy just might as well fold up his tent and call it a season because it's not been good for him. Fish has got Phillip Rivers, Ryan Matthews. He's got Ty Montgomery, and he's running back wide receiver. That's kind of a slick move there by Fish because he could play him both ways. Steve Smith, Marshall, and Baldwin. He might put in Asada against Minnesota. We'll see. A lot of options for Fish. Why in the hell do you still have Josh Gordon on your roster, Fish? Oh, you got me there. For Jones, it's a tough week because Andrew Luck, bye. Michael Crabtree, bye. T.Y. Hilton, bye. So he's got Eli Manning. He's got Carlos, Jekyll, and Hyde. He could plug him in there if he wants. Receiver-wise, he's got A.J. Green on the bench. But other than that, he's going to have to figure out another receiver. Good luck with that, Jonesy. Only I can tell you about that, pal. You got some rough pickings there, bud. Rickman and Greg, 68-67. That'll be a good matchup right there. 4-5, 3-6 respectively. Both of them need a win desperately to stay in the mix of things. Loser, it's going to be tough to come back if you lose this week. For Dennis Rickman, he's going to have to. He's got LeGarrette Blunt coming back this week for New England, so he might plug him in there. But we'll see. For Greg, picked up Dak Prescott. I thought about picking him up, man. That's a good call there. Greg might be able to pull something off here. On his bench, he's got Carson Palmer, Kirk Cousins, T.J. Yeldon. A couple of options there. Larry Fitzgerald's on his bench, so he's got a couple of options there if he wants to plug something in. Denard Hopkins, dude, I'm sorry. He's been a bust for you this year, bud. I love that dude last year. He was huge for me. So a lot of options there to pick from. And then we go to Wade and Tony. Right now it's Wade's favored by a lot. He's favored by 45, according to Flickr. But Wade's got to hope Rogers can put something together. And they're predicting double digits for every one of his players except Rashad Jennings and the Chiefs D, which that's okay. He's got on his bench not much to replace him with. So we'll see there. For Tony kind of bet the farm on the Jaguars offense with Blake Bortles, and that kind of bent him in the tail. So, but he's got some guys coming off of bye. He's got Jacquizz Rodgers available to him and Giovanni Bernard. He's going to do some playing around at running back. Receiving wise, hard to tell. Kicker, both your kickers on bye, Tony. Good luck on the waiver wire, pal. That's all I can tell you there. So, other than that, it should be a good week for matchups. Good luck, everybody. I hope everybody wins. That should win. Everybody loses. That should lose. I'm not going to do any predictions because we found out last night what happens when you make predictions that don't go so well. So, other than that, I hope everybody has a good week. And then I will catch it with you later on once I start seeing some stuff. I may put some other stuff on later this week. So, have a good night, fellas.